Hi friends, Heidi Ganal here with Rocky Mountain Voice. Today's headlines run from housing and public safety here in Colorado to tech giants and immigration fights on the national stage. Here's your Mountain Minute for September 25th. Tori will be back soon. Let's break it down together. Here in Colorado, we start in Douglas County, where outrage is growing after a judge gave probation in a violent stalking and assault case. Now, District Attorney George Brauchler blasted the ruling, saying the defendant was deemed maximum risk to reoffend, yet still avoided prison? It's nuts. In Denver, budget hearings continue as the city tightens its belt. The good news, public safety services are largely shielded. Police, fire, and sheriff departments will keep core staff, though new cadet hires and some facility openings are going to be delayed. Housing costs remain tough, despite signs of easing. Supply is finally catching up, but critics say state-driven density mandates and rent control pushes, they could backfire, undermining local control and long-term affordability, hurting young people the most. On the waterfront, sports betting has become a major funding stream for the state's water plan. Nearly $34 million from wagers in the last fiscal year is set to flow into conservation projects, with projections climbing even higher next year. Place those bets, people. And victims of the Marshall Fire may soon see closure. Xcel Energy has agreed to a $640 million settlement resolving all outstanding claims from the 2021 disaster that destroyed more than 1,000 homes and businesses. Many friends of mine up in Superior, I'm glad they're going to get some closure. Meanwhile, a sharp critique of education policy warns that so-called growth mindset rhetoric is being betrayed by policies like minimum F grades, racial affinity groups, and lowered expectations. The author, Priscilla Ron, argues that real resilience and accountability are being lost. And a call to action for Christians. A new commentary on Rocky Mountain Voice urges pastors and parishioners to step up in school boards and special districts, saying conservative values must return to the local level. I always say, you are the leader you've been waiting for. It must return to local elections and community governance. Now, at the governor's mansion, Colorado's first gentleman is under fire for turning the space into a platform for his animal rights agenda, which many of us don't agree with some parts of that agenda. It's a little controversial, raising fresh questions about taxpayer resources being used for his activism. On the national stage, immigration is back in focus as Congress debates the Gold Card residency program. Now, supporters say it rewards those who invest in America. Critics argue that it risks exploitation. Meanwhile, in tech, Google is promising a free speech reset. After years of political censorship on YouTube, the company finally admitted to Congress it was pressured by the Biden White House and pledged to restore banned accounts like Steve Bannon and Dan Bongino. That's all for today. For full coverage, head to RockyMountainVoice.com. Stay sharp, stay bold, and stay in the fight.